Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. It is foundation featured with some bonus products. I am reviewing the new Revlon Youth FX. I didn't even know they were coming out with this, and there it was at my drugstore when I went to pick up a Mother's Day card. I was all, yes, thank you, I shall partake. So there is a whole line of this Revlon Youth FX. There are foundation, concealers. Well, there is a foundation. There is a concealer. It says Fill and Blur Foundation, Fill and Blur Concealer. Plus, there is this Instant Results Primer for face and neck and forehead primer. I think they think this is like Botox, so we shall see. Spoiler alert, I have tried the foundation over the weekend. If you saw me on Snapchat, I was talking about it because, well, I get really impatient and I'm like, oh, I want to try this. So I slapped on the foundation and it was way too light, like way too light. Like I'm always the second lightest shade in usually Maybelline, CoverGirl, Revlon. And that's what I picked. And it was too pale. So the shade ranges for this particular kind run light. So if you're very pale to maybe just a medium skin tone, you will probably enjoy and find a match. If you are darker, I'm sorry. So anyhow, I grabbed, what I did was I saw that was too light and I ran back to Rite Aid, and they are so nice to do returns with your receipt. So I just swapped it for two other shades. I have not tried these shades yet. So I just kind of went up to the third and fourth darkest or lightest or whatever. So I have 150 buff and 200 nude. I think I guessed well with the concealer. I just picked out 02 light. So the idea is that it has optical diffusers, microspheres, you see immediate results. This has SPF 20. There's some kind of technology in here that is supposed to just really, fill and soften the skin. Now, I figured I might as well do the primers for you too. These are primers. I don't think of them as skincare. I think of them as makeup. And let's see here. It says the same thing. Microspheres, optical diffusers. See results instantly. Now, besides like dimethicone, I don't know what magic ingredient is in here. There is the vinyl dimethicone, which I think is fine. There's sea salt and glycerin and I don't know, carrageenan. Ooh, some people don't like that. So there's polymers. I mean, there is some crazy stuff in here. So I totally understand if this isn't your thing, because I feel like when companies come up with stuff like this, it's really like a marketing ploy, and it might look good on the skin for a while, but I don't know. I mean, so I will put that out there, yeah, okay. But for the sake of the rest of us lab rats, let's dig in. So all I have is my usual skincare and sunscreen. I am so excited today. I'm drinking coffee out of my asshole mug. That sounded really weird. I'm drinking coffee out of my asshole mug. Okay, let's get this started. So we're going to, all it says is brush product onto forehead lines and wrinkles, let dry. Now, again, it looks like nail polish because it comes with a brush. So I think, sometimes these kind of fill products, if you use too much product, it will just look chalky, like you spread egg whites on your face. So let's just leave that. This, by the way, another kind of disclaimer about this line is it's expensive for drugstore, for Revlon, I guess. I mean, anyway, so the filler, these two primer products are $19.99 each, And the concealer, I think, was $12.99 and the foundation is $17.99. Rite Aid had it buy one, get one half off. I think so there's been, you know, look for specials, I guess, or use your points at like Walmart, at Walgreens, CVS, you know, you can get 30% off purchases sometimes. I haven't seen it at CVS yet. I've only seen it at Rite Aid. But it's coming. It's, you know. So then this is for face and neck, and it comes in this applicator where it squirts out. I guess I'm just applying over face and neck wrinkles. Oh my God, I'm so get this neck wrinkle right there. Well, I guess that is kind of where I bend my head. There's only so much we can minimize. Oh, hi, I see a chin hair I need to pluck. Okay, so I feel like my forehead, it has dried and it looks firm. You know, I mean, it has this smooth appearance. That line looks minimized. This is still drying. How's my neck? It's drying a little bit more. I'll let it be. So let's do a swatch test of these. Let's see what 150 Buff looks like. Buff. Maybe Buff is my before self-tanner shade, and Nude will be my but right now they're both matching. In other words, Buff is matching my neck exactly and Nude is matching my chest exactly. So I think I'm gonna go with Nude, just, you know, since it is May. Now I'm gonna put on both Blender and Clarisonic. So let's tap out just the one side and see how Clarisonic applies. My brush head fell off. Okay. And we'll see how the Clarisonic applies. Feels a little sticky, like there's a little bit of a drag. So nice, right? Now I'm going to use my EcoTools Beauty Sponge. I think I might like the sponge application for this type better. So my neck is looking smooth. I mean, you guys be the judge of that because you see my neck in action on my videos, you know, while I'm speaking, moving, that kind of thing. So if you think my neck is smoother, let me know. To me, it just kind of looks like my neck. I can't really tell. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like you could probably use that forehead primer on other areas of your face, right? Like crow's feet? Why not? Okay, so my initial reaction is that it is nice. I don't see a difference between application from Clarisonic to Beauty Sponge. If anything, I felt like the Beauty Sponge side applied faster. So that really varies. You know, sometimes my Clarisonic, I feel like it just gets the job done. But in this case, I actually prefer the way it went on with my beauty sponge. It's not matte, it's not luminous, it's kind of satin, kind of in between. When I slapped it on really quickly over the weekend and I just kind of did my face and it was too pale, I noticed, because I hadn't freshly moisturized or primed, I noticed that it felt really dry on the skin. So I think if you have dry skin, make sure you are moisturized before applying this, because I do think it kind of, with all the ingredients in it that are blurring, I feel like they're just kind of sitting, they're not doing anything for moisturizing. That's just my guess. Okay, let's get into concealer. And it looks kind of like the Maybelline. It has the sponge tip. I've already played with it just to check the shade. It's pretty good, actually. It takes just like a little while, but it totally reminds me of the Maybelline Age Rewind. So I'm kind of concentrating. The cool thing, I guess, with this is that since it's blurring, because I try to not concentrate too much product where my laugh lines are, just because that's where stuff gets really, you don't want it to get cakey. So I apply it mostly where the shadows are, with like a little bit of right here. But I kind of like the fact that if I can put it right there to highlight that area, then that's kind of cool. Plus, I mean, this is for under eye, but how nice is it if you can just highlight certain areas of your face and still get that blur? So that does a really nice job. I feel like it's covering the dark gray area. It's not settling. Of course, I haven't set it and I haven't worn it and laughed and all that kind of stuff and squinted. I'm a little curious what powder to use. Maybe my CoverGirl powder? I think I'm just gonna do a light dusting of Advanced Radiance because, I'm kind of going to go in with the whole anti-aging kind of effect here. I'm using my Mikasa F100 powder brush. Okay, I'm just gonna lightly set that. I'm not baking or anything like that. Not today. So I'm gonna put on my eyeshadow and bronzer stuff and I'm gonna walk the dog and I'm gonna see how this works. Okay, I'm gonna check back with you guys in a little bit. As you can see, I have full face on and I came back from walking the dog. It's about 46, no, maybe it's about 50 some degrees. It's freezing cold right now outside, at least that's what it feels like, and it's overcast and it was breezy. I feel like the way I feel in winter when my skin just kind of feels sort of dry, but I was surprised when I looked in the mirror after walking the dog, I still look fresh. Like my face looks smooth. I did use the Becca highlight, the Chrissy Teigen highlight. I didn't use any other powders or finishing products. I didn't spray any makeup setting spray or any blurring powder or anything like that. I just stuck with the CoverGirl powder like you saw. And I have to say that I feel like my eye area looks less creasy. So it's not fully, like, I smile, I have crinkles, like I have muscle movement, my skin responds. But the makeup doesn't travel and it hasn't set inside those lines. So we'll see how well it just does all over. And especially like pores and stuff like that, I always, if I see it break down right here or if my face just feels kind of dry and uncomfortable, if this area gets oily. Like there's a lot of telltale signs I have that I can just know if a foundation is going to be worth it for me to reach for again in the future. You know, it's only been an hour. I am going to leave you notes in the description box how it wore throughout the day, because I don't think I'm going to have the luxury of giving you guys more video check-ins. But so for the first time ever using it and thinking it was kind of dry and too pale, I feel as if this has convinced me that it's a nice, fresh, I mean, I don't think the neck primer is really doing anything for my neck. I don't think that anything that the products claim to do have lasting effects. This is just makeup. This is just for when it's on your face. Does it look smooth? Yes. So that's good. I think maybe the forehead primer did a good job. I might just use that then around my eye area as well and skip that other face primer. Maybe the foundation and the concealer do such a good job on their own that without those primer products, maybe you don't even need them. So it's hard to kind of completely know for sure. So part of me wants to say save your money, and the other part of me says, like, if you're really curious and you've got some lines to soften and you have a coupon, then maybe you might want to try it out. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Leave me any questions and be sure to like this video. I hope you've subscribed to my channel. I will link my giveaway of the Chrissy Teigen palette somewhere. It'll pop up. Or it'll be an end screen. Okay, and thank you again so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.